Good morning, my beautiful friends. Happy Monday. Happy week of Thanksgiving. Happy all the things. Yes, I know that your lives are super busy right now with all the holiday stuff coming up. So I totally appreciate my people who've jumped on live, my people who are watching the recording. I so appreciate you and making this a priority because I love to do this for you and I hope that it always adds value to your life. So way to rock, way to show up, even though you're super crazy busy with the holidays and all the things. So I love you. I think you're amazing. Just know that starting out. Yes? Okay, so I have been doing the program PIO, which, long story short, is created by probably, I don't know if I can say she's my favorite trainer anymore, because I absolutely have fallen in love with Shanti and the way he teaches and like his style of workouts. I love Jericho. Totally fell in love with her during MM100. But Chalene Johnson, you want to say hi? Chalene Johnson is the one who made me fall in love with Beachbody in the first place. Found her programs on an infomercial 11 years ago. Turbo Jam was my first ever program. I've been certified to teach 3 programs live, and they're all Chalene's programs. You probably have never heard of Hip Hop Hustle, but Hip Hop Hustle is one of them. PIO is another, and Turbo Kick is the last one that I've been certified in, and I love all of them so much, and I love Chalene. So it's been really fun to get to go back and do PIO and just be surrounded by Chalene again, because she's not really around much anymore. She hasn't come out with anything new since she came out with PIO a few years ago. So I share all that to say, she was like a huge influencer in my life at the beginning of my fitness journey. And like, I listened to her podcast. It's just called The Chalene Show on the podcast app. Podcasts are free if you didn't know that already. Such great resources. Hi, say bye. Are you gonna go eat your breakfast? Okay, I love you. Chalene Show is her podcast, and she would come out with so many awesome things, so many awesome resources. She still does all the time. I just don't follow her as avidly anymore. But as I was doing PIO, I was reminded of this resource that she came out with several years ago that I had printed and put on my fridge. And I remember I would see it every time I would go to eat anything. And I remember one day we had friends come over, and one of my friends was like a very healthy person. And she was like, I didn't know that one, because it's like 11 habits of healthy people and just the consistent habits that healthy people have. And she was like, yeah, I didn't even know that one. And I was like, what? Like, you're a healthy person and you didn't even know that? But maybe I didn't either. And it's just become so like common knowledge to me because I put it on my fridge, saw it every day. So as I was doing PIO last week, I was like, I need to share that with people because maybe they don't know. And okay, you should feed them so that they can have some breakfast and be strong and healthy, huh? Like you. Exactly. Have fun. So I want to share these 11 habits of healthy people with you. And hopefully a lot of them are like, yeah, I knew that. I'm like, yeah, that totally makes sense. And hopefully some of them are new so that you can learn some new things and make your brain grow, right? Because it's never a bad thing to learn new things and make our brains grow. So the very first habit of healthy people, and this is just something that Chalene just paid attention to, the habits of healthy people and what they consistently do, herself included. And so the very first habit that healthy people have is that they stick to the same menu. They have 1, 2, maybe 3 meals that they like. And she's specifically mainly talking about breakfast, basically, and just sticking to the same breakfast menu. And honestly, I have adapted this to also be lunch and snacks. Like I literally probably stick to the exact same menu with slight variation. And then the only thing I really vary is dinners, because that's the meal that I eat with my whole family. I get bored easily if we have the same dinners all the time. But breakfast and lunch and snacks, like sticking to the same menu. I have eggs every single morning for breakfast. I switch them up. Sometimes I'll have a breakfast burrito on, I strive to have a whole wheat tortilla most of the time. Sometimes I'll have flour tortillas, I'll be real, with cheese and 2 eggs and half a chicken sausage with some salsa and some veggies sometimes thrown in there, or some hot sauce or whatever. Or I will have eggs and toast, or I will have eggs and chicken sausage and toast, or like I'll scramble eggs with feta and have toast, or I'll just have like over medium eggs with toast, or like sometimes I'll scramble eggs with veggies with cheese with toast, whatever. But my breakfasts are very much the same. I always have eggs and I always have a carb, whether that carb is toast or a tortilla. I always strive to have a vegetable with my breakfast. And really, I didn't start doing that until 80-Day Obsession, and a fruit with my breakfast too. But there's not a lot of variation in my breakfasts. My lunches, I always have a salad kit. Thank you, To Be Mindset, for introducing me to salad kits. Like I knew they existed, but I don't know why I never thought to like buy them and have them in my house all the time. But I don't even follow To Be Mindset anymore. I'm following Ultimate Portion Fix in the container system, but I still utilize a lot of the same principles of using accessories to eat more vegetables. Even though, yes, I know technically that's giving me a little bit more oranges or a little bit more teaspoons in my container count, but I would rather make sure I hit my veggie goal and make my veggies delicious by adding a little bit of olive oil or cheese or whatever I need to do to add to make my vegetables awesome. But I have a salad kit like every day for lunch. And a lot of the times I will also have my Shakeology for lunch. And then I will have some sort of carb, whether that's I want a sandwich, or I'll be real, I have a hot dog sometimes for lunch. I know that's not technically on the food list for the containers, but I love me some hot dogs and this is my life, yes. So the whole point is stick to the same menu. Have staple foods that you have often and make sure you have them always when you do your grocery shopping. And then every time I eat a snack, I always have a fruit or a vegetable. If I'm hungry in the middle of the day. Yes. And then dinner, like I said, is the only one with variation. So habit number 1 is stick to the same menu. Have 1 or 2 or 3 variations of your breakfast, potentially lunch, and your snacks, and then switch up your dinner. Yes. Habit number 2. Jordan said, what kind of veggies do you like for breakfast? So Jordan, a lot of the times I'll just sneak something into my eggs. So I will sneak in, I like to add spinach or tomatoes to my eggs, or onions or bell peppers or whatever. If I have veggies with my breakfast, because I'll be real, I don't always, I sneak them into my eggs. Because I'm not one of those who I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to have some eggs and toast and then 10 carrots like that. No, I'm so over carrots. So I'll just sneak in veggies into my eggs. Sometimes the only vegetable that I have just like by itself is I love tomatoes, just like sliced tomatoes with some sea salt on them. So sometimes I'll just have that on the side with my breakfast, whatever. But yeah, otherwise I don't really, like the other day I really wanted a salad for breakfast. So I totally had a salad with my breakfast, but that's not normal. That was a weird thing. I don't know. So those are my veggie breakfast dishes. Yes. Okay. Habit number 2 that healthy people have is they start their day with fuel. And I've already beaten this drum a little bit, but you eat breakfast every single gosh darn day. Because there's so much research backed behind, like, your body is going into fasting mode. That's why it's called breakfast, because you're breaking a fast. Yes, because you didn't eat while you were sleeping, unless you're very different than me. you're breaking your fast. And until you start to break that fast, your metabolism does not start to work in overdrive. Yes. And when you don't eat breakfast, your body still thinks that it should be sleeping. Your energy is not going to be the same. And it's very, 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 very important that you start your day with fuel. Totally up to you if you're one of those people who work out in the morning like me. Totally up to you if you work out before you eat or work out after you eat, but you definitely need to make time for breakfast. And I would, again, this is something I learned in 80-Day Obsession, I would encourage you to make sure you eat within an hour of your workout. Whether you eat before or after, just make sure you're eating within an hour of your workout. So you can eat before and eat an hour before your workout and make it small and light, or an hour after your workout, or both if you're a hobbit like me and need both. Yes, you need second breakfasts and third breakfasts. Yes. But start your day with fuel. Make breakfast a priority. And if you're super busy, make your Shakeology the night before, keep it in the fridge. It's not as good because it's not fresh, but it's still fine for you. It's not going to like hurt you to have, sorry, there's something on my camera, to have Shakeology in the fridge for a few hours and then just wake up the next morning, grab it and go. Yes, if you're somebody who doesn't really have time for making breakfast. Yes. Or you can totally meal prep and you can make a whole bunch of eggs and you can add in all the veggies and just store them in a container in your fridge and just, okay, I'm going to throw these on a plate, put some toast in the toaster, microwave my eggs for 30 seconds to warm them back up, add some olive oil and sea salt to my toast or butter or whatever you like on your toast. Okay, I'm scarfing it down, I'm eating, I'm leaving. Yes, there are definitely ways. And there's like overnight oats that people make. I've never tried it because I am one of those people, like I said, I love my eggs, so I ain't gonna have no oatmeal for breakfast. I'm not an oatmeal person, but I know a lot of people that make overnight oats and then it's ready, waiting for them in the morning when they wake up. So there are so many ways. If you're like super busy, I don't have time for breakfast. Yes, you do. You just got to prep the night before. Yes. Or you can totally do like the simple, easy things, like you can have a beach bar for breakfast, or you can have, again, Shakeology and just shake it with some almond milk and water, or just water. That's to me. But you could totally do it. You could totally do it. And you're starting your day with fuel. Okay. The third habit that healthy people have is they drink water. Drink water. Yes. And notice I said water, not drink anything. Yes. Water. And drink at least half your body weight in ounces. It is a huge help to you if you have a cute water bottle. At least it is to me. Or a water bottle with a straw, I have learned makes a huge difference compared to a water bottle that I have to tip and drink. For whatever reason, it's just so much easier to mindlessly like suck something. Yes. And it's not as easy to mindlessly tip your head back and whatever. So if you don't already have a cute water bottle, Christmas is coming, buy yourself a cute water bottle. Yes. Or just buy yourself a cute water bottle because you think you're awesome and you want to drink more water. If you have to sneak in some water flavoring things, if you're one of those people who's like, I just hate the taste of water, that's okay. Like sneak in some flavor enhancer stuff. There's a ton of low calorie, low sugar options. Is it as great for you as just straight up plain water? No, but it's better than soda, and it's better than coffee, and it's better than a shiz ton of energy drinks and all the, I'm sure I said soda, but I'm just going to bang that drum again. It's better than soda. Yes. So drink more water and add water to all the things that you have. So I personally drink Energize, Recover, Shakeology every single day. I add water to all of them. And that totally counts as getting in a lot of water. You can count those ounces towards your water count for the day because you added water to it. Yes. So however much water you drink with your Energize, count it. However much water you drink with your Recover, count it. However much water you add to your Shakeology, count it. Yes. And if you're not adding water to those things right now, add some more water. Take away a little bit of the milk you're adding or the almond milk that you're adding and add more water. Yes, drink water. That is a thing. That is the third habit that healthy people have. Okay, number 4 habit that healthy people have is to eat small and to eat often. And there's, again, so much research behind this, but the basic gist is that your metabolism wants to keep going. Autumn talks about this a ton. So many nutritionists and whatever talk about this a ton. What'd you say, Cutie? Okay, I'll turn it on for you just a little minute, okay? I want you to go get some underwear and pants first, and then I'll turn it on for you. Okay, then I'm not gonna turn it on.
But you turn it on.
Okay, then go get some underwear and pants for you. There you go. He's still in a pull-up with his pajamas on. It's fine. Eating small, eating often. Yes, so your metabolism, it's going. And if you crash, then your energy dips, you don't feel very good, and you feel more lethargic. You're not working at that optimum level. Yes. So if you continue to eat small and eat often, your metabolism continues to burn. Yes, it continues to work. And then, okay, I'm running out of fuel a little bit. Okay, I'm eating. I can keep going. Okay, I'm getting a little hungry. Okay, you ate again. Okay, so I can keep going. And it's not this constant like, whoa, you ate a ton and my metabolism has to work really hard to burn everything that you just ate. And now I'm going to crash because you haven't eaten anything in a long time. And oh my gosh, you just ate a huge meal. And you get the point. Yes. Eat small, eat often. Yes. If you've ever done 80-day obsession, or if you've ever done Times Nutrition, or if you've ever done any sort of like anything, when I had a personal trainer, when I had all the things, they all said, eat every 3 hours, eat every 3 hours, eat every 3 hours. And my body has learned, like, I have to eat every 3 hours or else I get angry and pissy. And it's not like a big meal. It's like I literally have like a banana with 8 whole wheat crackers or whatever, like for a snack. And then for lunch, I have a salad kit with Shakeology or with a carb, whatever. Like, it's not like I ate this huge humongous meal. It's just small, light meals. Eat small, eat often. Okay. And again, if any of these you're like, will you please expound upon that? Just type it in the chat. Yep, that's what I'm here for. Okay. Number 5 habit that healthy people have is that they eat whole foods first. Hopefully that's a no-brainer. Yes. But eating fruits in their whole form. Yes. Eating an actual apple instead of eating canned peaches that have added sugar to them, or eating dried mangoes, which are so delicious and addictive, but not as great for you as actually eating a straight up banana. Yes. Or eating whole grain bread instead of Grandma Sycamore's white bread, which again is so delicious, but not as good for you. Yes. Eating lean protein instead of beef jerky. Yes. All those things. Eat whole foods first. Hopefully that's a no-brainer. Hopefully you know that already. I'll move on. Yes. Number 6 habit that healthy people have is that they become a food expert. And I love what she said. And this is all coming from Chalene Johnson, an article she came out with several years ago. They invest a little time to know a lot. And we have so many fabulous resources with To Be Mindset and Ultimate Portion Fix with the videos. Yes. So invest a little time every day to watch one video and you'll know a lot. Yes. Even if you've watched them before, even if you've watched them 7 times before, continue to watch them. Yes. Google what foods give me energy and learn what types of foods are specific to giving you energy, if energy is something you struggle with, or what natural ways can I cure my sweet tooth, and finding out what foods naturally have high amounts of.
And I went to my room to get, and I saw my eye was green.
Oh, perfect. What foods have high amounts of natural sugar and can help you satisfy that sweet tooth while still having whole foods first. Here you go, cutie. Can you put these on by yourself? Okay. So become a food expert. Invest a little time to know a lot about what it is that you're eating. Pay attention to food labels. Pay attention, most importantly, to ingredient lists. Learn what things are. Learn what things mean. And Google is your best friend if you don't know what something means. Yes, if you're looking at an ingredient and if you don't understand what's in it, you probably shouldn't eat it. If it has all these crazy, weird words that you don't understand, you probably shouldn't eat it, because again, healthy people eat whole foods first, right? And if it's a whole food, you know what it means. You know what's in it. Pause for just a sec. My cute son wants me to turn on a show. Pause. And this is a perfect time if you have questions, type them in the chat. Okay, so sorry. All right. Okay, yes. Becoming a food expert, investing a little time to know a lot. Do your research, no ingredient list. Google is your friend. Yes. And if you don't know what's on the food labels, if you don't understand it, probably should avoid it. Yes. Paying attention to added sugars versus natural sugars. Yes. Don't just look at the food label and see sugar and freak out. Yes. Sometimes it is all natural sugar. Especially if you're getting like canned fruit or whatever. And also, this is totally a personal preference, but you can obviously do whatever you want. I always strive to get, not always, but for the most part, I strive to get stuff that has the organic label on it. The USDA certified organic label on it, especially if it's something that's like packaged. I'm not necessarily as like, I don't want to say anal, but anal about like fruits and vegetables being organic. But if I'm getting anything else like tortillas or like a protein that's frozen or whatever, I try to get stuff that's clean. Like, again, especially if it's like packaged, so that it's as clean as possible. Okay, habit number 7 is to become a careful eater versus a dieter. And I really love what she said, so I'm just going to read what she said about this one. Choose your food carefully, not obsessively. Make room for treats by increasing exercise and planning them into your overall schedule. By eating carefully, you'll feel good about your process and energized from eating well instead of deprived due to rigid dieting. Yes. All the mic drop. I couldn't have said it better myself. Yes, and it's super simple. So just be a careful eater versus a dieter. Plan what you're going to have for Thanksgiving and enjoy yourself. Still get an awesome workout in. No guilt, no shame, whatever. Plan your treats and then enjoy them when you eat them. Just eat carefully. Don't diet. Don't be crazy obsessed. Just eat carefully. Yes. Okay, number 8, healthy habit is to fill your home with healthy food. That really should be a easy no-brainer, yes. But I love what Shaun T says in his book, T is for Transformation. He talks about like moms who are constantly like, well, my kid won't eat anything besides fruit roll-ups and hot dogs. Yeah. Or all my kid likes is McDonald's chicken nuggets. And he's like, okay, mom, but who bought that for your kid? Like, you did. So you need to take, like, is it okay if you have to admit to yourself that your kid is obsessed with McDonald's fries? Yes. But you have to take some ownership and not just blame that on your kid. How did your kid get addicted to those fries in the first place? Are you a little bit addicted to McDonald's? Just a little bit of gut check, yes? Like self-reflection. And just like you sometimes need to make little changes to make healthy habits a little better, you can do the same thing for your kids. Yes. So like my son is obsessed with all things syrup. For breakfast, he always wants pancakes or French toast or German pancakes. Like, and why? He loves syrup. Let's be real. Yes. I try to get Kodiak cakes, so it's a little bit better version of protein pancakes. And German pancakes have a lot of protein in them too, because the biggest ingredient in there is eggs. French toast, meh, right? But I got him agave nectar instead of syrup. And I gave it to him to see if he would like throw a big hissy fit about it. He didn't even notice, and he ate the whole thing. Yes. Or pure maple syrup. I've done that too. He still loved it. Yes. And those are much better choices for my son than maple syrup that is sugar 100%. Yes. Do I always give him pure maple syrup or agave nectar? No. Sometimes I just let him have straight up sugar. Just being honest and real about that. But fill your home with healthy food. Yes. And again, if your kids are having an issue with eating healthy foods, what you eat, they will want to eat too. I can't tell you how many times I've had a salad that my kids are like, I want some. Or when I drink my Shakeology, oh my gosh, I literally have to have it on days, like at times when my daughter is not awake, because if I share with her, she will not give it back. I'm like not kidding. I have video proof of this. But fill your home with healthy foods. If your kid is addicted to fruit by the foot, stop buying it. If your kid is addicted to Fruit snacks, stop buying it. If you are addicted to sugary cereals, stop buying it. If you are addicted to ice cream and you have a hard time saying no, stop buying it. Is this easier to say than do? Yes, it is. But it will be so much harder for you if on those days that you're like, I really want to give in, I really want to give in to my treats, cravings, it will be so much harder for you to give in if you don't even have it. And you will have to go to the store to buy the crappy food that you want, to bring it home to eat it, versus, okay, I'm going to buy chips and queso because I know when I'm craving crap, I always want chips and queso. So I'm just going to buy it so that I have it when I'm having those cravings. Like, no. And I'll be real, I'm guilty of that too. I promise. But if we don't even buy it, it's not even in our house, we will be a lot more likely to stick to our goals. Yes. So fill your home with healthy, delicious food. And I love that it doesn't just say like, don't have crappy food in your house. It says fill your home with healthy food. Yes. Have a ton of healthy options. Have full fridge and pantry of healthy options so that you can enjoy satisfying, delicious, healthy meals. Yes, Jordan said, set yourself up for success. I keep all of the temptations out of my house. Yes, amen. And I'll be real, there are plenty of temptations in my house. But Blake and I are both working really hard to be better at our nutrition. And so we've started to like clean up our stuff that it's like, okay, yeah, like this, I understand why our before and after pictures from MM100, I mean, I'm pregnant, so I've, progressed 17 weeks in pregnancy. So of course, that's part of the reason why I didn't have a huge transformation with MM100, but my husband didn't have a transformation hardly at all. And why is that? Because we had a lot of crappy foods in our house and we gave in every single day. And it was the compound effect in a bad way of, yes, we were doing the workouts, but it's not just about working out. Yes, it's about eating healthily. Yes, and filling your home with healthy food. Okay, number 9, kitchen is closed. And she just talks about how at some point at the end of your day, you close your kitchen and you no longer eat and you allow yourself to digest the food from the day. Again, breakfast is called breakfast for a reason because you're breaking a fast. But what if you never fasted? What if you just ate until 11 o'clock, then you go to sleep and you have to wake up at 4:30 the next morning? You only went 5.5 hours without eating. That's not really a huge fast. 5.5 hours is not very long. Yes. So that's a whole nother thing. Get some sleep. Yes. But stop eating. And from everything I've heard and read, it's 3 hours before bed is the optimal time to finish at least. So if you consistently go to bed at 11, stop eating at 8. If you consistently go to bed at 10:30, stop eating at 7:30. If you consistently go to bed at 9, have dinner by 5 so that you can stop eating by 6. Yes. Jordan said, we've heard similar things from parents and then they eat all the healthy food here because they want what I'm eating. Their parents are always shocked. Yeah. And so many parents complain about like, my kid hates vegetables. And I just want to like look them in the face and say, well, do you hate vegetables? Like, have you found a way to make vegetables delicious? Because if you haven't found vegetables delicious, then your kids won't either because they don't ever see you eating them. But my kids love to have cucumbers and ranch and mushrooms and ranch because I love to have cucumbers and ranch and mushrooms and ranch. My kids love salad. My kids love broccoli with the garlic butter from Costco added to it. Yes, because I add all the accessories to make my veggies delicious. My kids eat it all and they love green beans. Anyways, moving on. Kitchen is closed. Close your kitchen at some point. And this is probably my biggest weakness. I am an absolutely mindless snacker when it comes to, okay, my kids are asleep and I just deserve to have something sweet or something salty because it's been a long day and I've been an awesome mom and I didn't lose my patience. So I deserve it, right? And then I eat way more than I should after my kids go to bed. And I always feel guilty about it. So we can work on this together. Close your kitchen at some point. And again, ideally at least 3 hours before you go to bed. Okay. Number 10. And I love this one. Be a politely picky restaurant patron. She is definitely the person who taught me this. But if they have it on the menu, whether or not they put it together that way, you can switch and swap around things. If you notice that there's like salmon with mashed potatoes and corn on the side. And then there's another meal that has green beans or asparagus on the side, and you want the salmon with the green beans or asparagus, you can order that. They clearly have the stuff to make it. And you just ask them, instead of mashed potatoes and corn, can I please get the asparagus and the green beans on the side? And they will say yes. And if they don't say yes, go to a different restaurant, because I've never heard them say no, yes. And just be polite about it, obviously, but you can totally be picky. You can totally find all the little hacks and tips and tricks to make your stuff healthier at restaurants. You can always say, put the dressing on the side, because so many restaurants just like, just put so much dressing on it. If it's a chicken or a meat or whatever that has any sort of sauce, ask for the sauce on the side. You can ask that it is, you can even ask if you can have it cooked in olive oil instead of butter. I don't know. Obviously, I don't watch them cook it. I don't know if they actually listen to me when I say those types of things, but you can ask and you can try. Yes, you can ask. You can totally swap around, like I said, anything that's on the menu. If they have it on the menu, even if it's not something that's already paired together, you can switch it out. And then you can also totally ask for a to-go box, like before your meal is even come. Like you can say, and when you bring my food, will you please also bring a to-go box? And as soon as you get that to-go box, you just divide your meal in half, save half for tomorrow. And then you're eating less, because restaurant calories are always more than eating at home because of just the way they cook it and the serving sizes and the portions and all the things. So that's like an easy way to save on calories when you're eating at a restaurant. And be politely picky. And it's totally okay to ask for, will you add this veggie to this? Or can I have egg whites instead of normal eggs if you're going for breakfast? Or do you have turkey sausage or turkey bacon instead of pork? Do you have zoodles? Do you have the option to make zucchini noodles instead of a pasta? And like, I've asked that and been pleasantly surprised so many times at Italian places that they do and can make zucchini noodles or spaghetti squash instead of normal noodles. Is it as like hearty and delicious? Like, no. I'll be real. Sometimes I'm a little sad that I had zoodles instead of normal fettuccine. But am I more proud of myself with my health and nutrition goals? Yes. Yes, I am. Yeah. So be politely picky at restaurants. And the last habit, number 11, is to find something other than food to cope with your feelings. And again, I just feel like Shalene said it so concise and so awesome that I just want to read what she said. So she said, much of our eating is not hunger-based. Learn the triggers that set you to snacking. By identifying the moments when you are most likely to nibble, you can find alternative, productive alternatives. She said alternatives twice. That was redundant, but that's okay. We are each a work in progress, and we can learn from those who have already had success in the areas we struggle in. And for me, I know my biggest trigger is like what I already said, like, okay, my kids are asleep. I deserve a snack. And like my biggest times of wanting to mindlessly snack on junk is during nap time and after my kids go to sleep at night. Why? Because my trigger is I deserve it. This is my me time, and I deserve to have something sweet or something salty and savory and it's just that like, I deserve it-ness that, okay, I also deserve to feel amazing. Yes. And yes, I can have something sweet or something salty, but how about I choose to have mushrooms and ranch instead of chips and queso? Yes. Or even having cucumbers dipped in queso instead of chips. Yes. Is queso good for me? No, but it's better than chips and queso. I can have cucumbers and queso. Yes. So find something other than food to cope with your feelings. And that's it. Those are the 11 tips that Shalene gave about what 11 healthy habits that healthy people have. Yes. And again, I hope a lot of this was like, yeah, I knew that. And I hope some of it was like, oh, I didn't really know that. And I can do better at that. I don't see anything additional in the comments or questions or whatever. So this has kind of gotten long. So I will peace out to those who are on the recording. I love you. have a very happy Thanksgiving and a very happy holiday season. If you're on live, stay on live and we'll chat for a sec. And I'll see you all next week.